And good evening. It feels like football. Welcome to a cool football Friday night. We'll begin our coverage with homecoming at Jefferson City High. The Jays coming off their first loss of the season at the hands of the rival Hickman Cupies last Friday night, but this was a good chance to get back on track against Gateway Tech. JC ranked number 7 in the state. Homecoming queen Zoe Bednar and her courts. Front row seats on the field. They watched Jays John Dement carry in from 16 yards out, reaching over for the touchdown after Gateway answered with a TD. Jeff City right back. Dement running right for the camera. 14-7 after a quarter. Dement over 100 yards on the night. Early in the second, quarterback Thomas LePage to a wide open Ripken Dodson. That's a 69-yard touchdown. 21-7 Jeff City. Just 2 minutes later, LePage looking to pass. He will take off. Look at this great block. He takes it down the sideline, stays in bounds, 35-yard touchdown. Nice play by the senior quarterback. The band was dancing. LePage going on top later. Rashawn Williams takes it down to the 3. That sets up the Jake Pridgeon touchdown. Jeff City up 35-7 at the half. 3 more TDs in the second half. A happy homecoming. Jays 56-21. Jeff City now 6-1 on the season. The big Jays Rockhurst game is set for Kansas City next Friday night. Tonight, the Hawklets made a visit to Columbia to play Rockbridge. Tony Mullen has the highlights.
Thanks a lot, Rod. These teams met twice last season. Rockhurst won both, but the Hawklets needed a last-minute field goal to edge the Bruins in the playoffs. Both those games last year taking place in KC. Tonight, Rockhurst coming to Columbia, and a nice start for the Bruins after a Rockhurst fumble. Logan Tweehouse to Kenny James. Breaks away from a couple tacklers at the 10, in for the touchdown. 7-zip. Time for some push-ups after Rockhurst tied it up. Tweehouse this time to Alex Ofadale, and he is going to do most of the work on this. This is an 87-yard score, 14-7. Bruins up after 1. Early second quarter, though, Ahmad Tyler for the Hawklets. He's going to take it in, dives in, 5-yard score, 14-all. But Rockbridge had an answer. Tweehouse on 4th down and 10 from the 29 to Zach Reuter. He's in for the score. Rockbridge had a 21-14 lead at the half, but it was all Hawklets in the second half. They outscored Rockbridge 24-0 in the final 24 minutes. Rockhurst comes away with a 38-21 win. Bruins dropping to 4-3. Rod, back to you.
Thanks, Tony. The Hickman Cupies 6-0 off this week. Helias will play MICDS tomorrow in Jefferson City. That's a 1 o'clock kickoff. How about those 6-0 California Pintos? They galloped back on the home turf at Riley Field. Marty Albertson's Pintos hosting the Osage Indians. The visiting tribe scoring first. Brad Russell takes it in from 4 yards out at 6-0 Osage. But it was all Pintos after that. Anthony Price, 55 yards. He is talented, quick, and fast. Runs through the defense for the touchdown. Later on, more Pintos. Seth Fairchild will break through the pile, stays on his feet, makes some moves, 40 yards of his own for the touchdown. Pintos up 13-6 at that point. Then, almost like deja vu, Fairchild goes 45 yards again. Different play, same results. California wins easily over Osage, 61-12 to go 7-0. A big showdown on homecoming in Centralia tonight. The hometown Panthers 6-0 welcoming 6-0 Clark County. Centralia's 70-game regular season winning streak on the line. Indians facing 4th and 1 following a Panther turnover, I should say. Centralia's defense holds, stops Jacob Trump. Later in the first, Clark gets on the board. Trump breaks through the line, diving into the end zone, 6-0 Indians. Panthers took a 15-12 lead in the third on a Dixon Dollins touchdown catch, but Clark answered early in the fourth. The long 70-game regular season win streak is over. Clark County beats Centralia 20-15. And in Mexico, Ty Harrison's Bulldogs coming off win number 1 last week, looking for another one against the Kirksville Tigers. Bulldogs trailing 12-7 in the second. Mexico's Chance Harper comes up with the interception off the tip pass. He returns it back to the Tiger 42. They're playing some good defense in Mexico. The Bulldogs, though, could not score. But check out the grab by Tiger wide out. Gunnar Western. It's like a jump ball. He comes up with the deflection. And what a nice catch. That set up a McKenna Cook 1-yard touchdown. Kirksville led by 12 at the half. They win it 22-14 over Mexico. Later on, Cardinal wild card highlights in Atlanta, district softball title action. First, though, some more high school football homecoming games. Stay with us on a Football Friday Night. Welcome back to Football Friday Night. We had a great time out at the Blair Oaks High School with their Joe Mockins preview tonight at 5 and 6. Homecoming for Blair Oaks, bouncing back from a first loss of the season last week. A big win tonight over Warsaw, and another huge night for senior quarterback Daniel Castillo. Carries in here from 10 yards out, 6-0 Falcons. After a Warsaw TD, Blair Oaks would come right back going up top. Look at Castillo, long to Ashton Mawson. Great catch in the end zone. Mawson with 2 touchdowns this evening. Fireworks at Blair Oaks. Falcons led only 18-15 at the end of the first quarter, but Blair Oaks goes wild in the second quarter, scoring 30 unanswered points. Castillo stays on his feet. That's a long touchdown. He had 3 and 175 yards rushing. Derek Otto also 137 on the ground and a touchdown. Blair Oaks wins big on homecoming, 62-15. Homecoming at North Callaway, the Thunderbirds hosting the Vanfar Indians. Vance Allen, big nights. Around the far end, 15 yards, first of many TDs for North Cal. This time it's Allen up the middle. He would go 140 yards on the ground. 2 touchdowns, also caught a TD. Some T-Bird defense. Vanfar would fumble. Jacob Key returns this for the touchdown. Thunderbirds dance to a homecoming win, 46-6. That is 5 in a row for North Callaway. The Moberly Spartans traveling to Hannibal tonight to play 6-0. Hannibal, the Pirates. Moberly coming in at 5-1. Ben Allred boots the 31-yard field goal for the visiting Spartans, who had an early lead. Then it's Moberly. Greg Bain takes the hand around the far side, goes for the touchdown. They were thinking upset, but Hannibal was thinking victory, and the Pirates would get it. 34-22 the final. Hannibal over Moberly. Meanwhile, Tipton makes it 66 straight in the regular season. Dallas Peoples 4 touchdowns. Riley Brandt had 2. A 55-17 win over Colcamp. South Callaway rolls to the big win over Cuba, 50-6 for the Bulldogs. Camdenton shuts out Waynesville 36-zip. Rolla losing to Glendale by 2. Marshall over Truman, and Smith Cotton falls to Clinton. The 0-6 Fulton Hornets making a visit to Booneville. The Pirates lost their first 3 games of the season, but they'd won the last 3. Pirates leading 27-13 at the half. They add to it with a 3-yard touchdown run by Kelsey Callaway. Later in the quarter, Demario Walker fields the punt. He will take this 45 yards, weaving his way through the Hornet defense for the touchdown. Booneville over Fulton, 47-21. Coming up, we'll feature the Steves Pest Control Defensive Pest of the Night and take you to Versailles and Eldon for a pair of Tri-County Conference clashes. Stay with us on Football Friday Night. A good season for the Hallsville Indians. The Tribe coming in at 4-2 tonight. Their only losses to Blair Oaks in California. Hallsville playing at Mustang Memorial Stadium tonight, where they love the big old fish and they love the Football Friday Night t-shirts. Mustangs in at 3-3. Hallsville backed up inside their 1-yard line. The fumble recovered by Eldon. They take advantage. Shane Stafford goes in for the Mustangs. He had 3 touchdowns on the night. Hallsville tries to answer with this nice run by Dalton Lindsay, but the Indians would fumble again, and that turnover led to a Mustang touchdown by Stafford. The 3 TDs, 234 on the ground. Eldon, good win over Hallsville, 21-0 Mustangs. Another Tri-County Conference game in Versailles. The Tigers hosting the Southern Boone Eagles tonight. Southern Boone starts the game with a nice drive, capped off by this touchdown run. David Holland finds the end zone for the Eagles. Versailles, though, on the move. Michael Allen connects with Dodge Anderson. He will dodge around the defense, pick up some nice yardage into the red zone when Jonathan Cunningham takes the hand, makes some defenders miss. reaches forward for the score. Versailles wins it 16-8 over Southern Boone. And for the first year, Father Tolton Calvary Lutheran Trailblazers playing their first Friday home game and a first homecoming game hosting Missouri Military Academy. Tolton gets a touchdown here. Will Tyndall makes it 7-0 Trailblazers this afternoon. Tolton quarterback Christian Elliott keeps the ball, outruns the defense, 28-yard touchdown, 14-0 Tolton. Congratulations to Tolton Calvary. They made some school history. First win 31-6 over MMA and a happy homecoming. Great game here. West Strand hands Salisbury its first loss, 33-27. A wild one. They're both 6-1 now. Montgomery beats Bowling Green big. Herman falls to St. Clair. Union over Owensville. Marceline beats Fayette. And Paris defeats Slater. Our Steve's Pest Control defensive pest of the night comes from Kingdom City. Let's give it to the entire North Callaway defense tonight. The T-Birds forcing 5 Van Far fumbles in the first half alone. Jacob Key returning this one for the touchdown. Our Steve's Pest Control defensive pests of the night. District Championship softball in Columbia. The old Jeff City-Hickman rivalry. Lady Cube scored 3 in the first. Autumn McCoy drives in Molly Carter. Hickman goes on to win it 7-0. Lady J's season is over. Hickman wins the softball district title. Mizzou beats Kentucky in soccer. Volleyball, Tennessee over Missouri. Orioles lead the Rangers 3-1 in the 9th in the other wild card game. Back to our high school football coverage. The Huddle House Team of the Night honors go to Calvary Tolton, the Trailblazers. Congrats to head coach Chad Masters on the school's first football win. They can celebrate at the Huddle House. Way to go, Tolton Calvary. For all of your scores tonight, go to our website, connectmidmissouri.com. High School Football Central is on our sports page. That is it for week number 7. 2 more weeks before the new district postseason play begins. Thanks to our Football Friday Night crew, Tony Mullen, TJ Fensky, Seth Trotter, Brandon McElwain, Charlie Thomas, and Con Costin. Also, producer Jenny, director Doug, and thank you for watching. Have a great football weekend.
KRCG's Football Friday Night has been brought to you by GFI Digital, Hawthorne Bank, St. Mary's Sports Medicine, Westminster College, Capital City Christian Church, Midwest Block and Brick, Rourke Aluminum, Custom Screen Printing and Embroidery, and Randy Kaiser, State Farm Insurance.